Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Savannah Lion Games in Pooler, Georgia, where I will be fighting a 1,500-point battle between my Dark Angels and Marcus's Blood Angels. So the story that we've got going on here is that the Dark Angels and Blood Angels were fighting together on this planet against some traitorous Astartes. And during the battle, many died, but in particular, one Terminator died on the battle while fighting off what the Dark Angels knew to be the Fallen. So the Blood Angels were going out to go collect the bodies of their fallen to get the gene seed, but the Dark Angels discovered that he actually had a pickcaster on his armor that probably recorded the battle between him and the Fallen. So Azrael quickly assembled a force to go down and see if they could collect him first to make sure that they could get rid of the data on that pickcaster before the Blood Angels retrieved it. And obviously the Blood Angels, not being too happy that the Dark Angels were trying to come and, you know, reclaim their fallen soldiers, responded in kind. So that's the story that we've got going on here. We were going to be playing the Relic mission, and obviously he will be the Relic. So that is the story and the mission that we're going to be playing. Before we go any further, though, let's show you the two armies. So for the Dark Angels, I'll be running a battalion detachment. Leading off that detachment, we have an Interrogator Chaplain in Terminator armor and Azrael. We have two 6-man tactical squads, one with a las cannon, one with a heavy bolter. We have a 5-man scout squad with camo cloaks and sniper rifles. We have two 5-man company veteran squads, one with 3 plasma guns and 2 plasma pistols, and the other with 4 melty guns. We have 2 drop pods. We have a venerable dreadnought with dreadnought close combat weapon, underslung heavy flamer, and assault cannon. And last but not least, we have a 5-man Deathwing Knight squad. And for the Blood Angels, he'll be running 2 Vanguard detachments. Leading off the first Vanguard detachment, we have a Sanguinary Priest and a Librarian with a jump pack and a Force Sword. We have an 8-man Vanguard Vet squad with jump packs and 1 Power Axe. We have 2 5-man Stern Guard squads, one with 1 Combi Melta and one with 2 Combi Meltas. So for the second Vanguard squad detachment, we have Dante himself. We have a 7-man Sanguinary Guard squad with 4 Encarmine swords, 2 Encarmine axes, a Power Fist, and a Plasma pistol. We have a Sanguinary Guard Ancient with an Encarmine sword. We have a Vindicare Assassin. And last but certainly not least, the Sanguinor. Alright, so going over deployment now here for the Dark Angels. I've got my 6-man tactical squad over here with a heavy bolter. I've got my scouts back here. I've got a big old ball of doom over here with Azrael, my Interrogator Chaplain, my Dreadnought, and the Deathwing Knights. I then have my other 6-man tactical squad over here with the las cannon, and in reserve I've got the 2 company veteran squads inside of drop pods. Going over deployment now for the Blood Angels. He's got his 2 Stern Guard squads lined up over there. He's got his Vanguard Vets over here with the Sanguinary Guard Ancient, and the Librarian. Then he has his Vindicare Assassin in there. And then in reserve, he's got his Sanguinary Guard, Dante, and the Sanguinor, and the Sanguinary Priest. So that's deployment. As of right now, Blood Angels will be going first, unless I can seize the initiative. Looking for a 6. Show me that Phil first. No, the complete opposite of a Phil face. So, so we will come back to you after movement phase for the Blood Angels here on turn 1. All right, movement phase here for the Blood Angels turn 1. His Vanguard Vets advanced up here, grabbing onto the Relic there. His Sanguinary Guard Ancient and the Librarian jumped up over there. These guys advanced up over this way, and his Vindicare stood still, and no one else came in from reserves. So that's it for the movement phase. Are you going to be doing some psychic phase? Yes. So we will come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, so first, his Librarian is going to cast Unleash Rage onto his Vanguard Vets here. So looking for a 6. No, not getting it. And then he's going to cast Shield of Sanguineous onto the same squad there. That does go off with an 11. All right, that's it for the psychic phase. Onto the shooting phase. His Vindicare Assassin is going to fire into Azrael over here, so hitting on a 2. That's a hit. Wounding on a 2 because he's infantry. That is also a wound. So that is AP minus 3. No invul save allowed. So looking for a 6 up. No, not getting it. So D3 damage. Ooh, 3 damage. He's got the Warlord trait that allows him to ignore wounds on 6s. So 3, 6 up, showing them filth faces. No, not a single one. So he's down to 3 wounds. Woo, brutal. And that is it for the Blood Angels turn here on turn 1. So we'll come back to you after a movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 1. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. These guys stood still. These guys stood still. These guys all moved up. In came this drop pod with the Melta guys. In came this drop pod with the Plasma guys. And these guys, the non-las cannon guys, kind of shuffled around. And that is it for the movement phase. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so we're going to start out the shooting phase with my scout snipers firing into his Vindicare over there. His Vindicare is -2 to hit. They are within 6 inches of Azrael, so they get to re-roll, but they'll only get to re-roll the 1s and 2s that would have missed before the -2 penalty. So, looking for 5s and 6s to hit. All right, got a couple. Don't get to reroll these 3 and 4, but I do get to reroll that 2 into a hit, so that's 3 hits. Toughness 4, so looking for 4s to wound, 6s do a mortal wound in addition. Okay, we've got 1 regular save, so 1 4-up invul. That is, failed. All right, so now my company veteran squad here is going to fire into his Sanguinary Guard. Not Sanguinary Guard, so those are the Vanguard vets. So we've got 4 Melta-Guns and we've got 1 bolt pistol. These are all hitting on 3s. Ooh, all hits. So these are going to be wounding on 2s. This is wounding on a 5. No, 4. 4. All right, so we've got the 4 AP4 wounds, but are they all in cover there? Yes, right? They're all in cover? Oh, they've got the 4-up invul because of that, so 4 up. Makes 2 of them, so 2 dead. Stormbolter from the drop pod is going to fire into them. 2 shots. 1 hit. Wounding on 4. No wound. All right, now this squad's going to fire into his Stern Guard squad. He's going to go into the closest squad there. So we've got 3 rapid-firing plasma guns and 2 plasma pistols hitting on 3s, not supercharging. All right. Wow, pretty good. And then strength 7, so wounding on 3s. Okay, not as good. 2 wounds, AP -3, so 6 up saves. No, 2 dead. And now this drop pod's gonna fire the Stormbolter into that same squad there. So 4 shots hitting on 3s. All right, all hits, wounded on 4s. Got 1 wound. 3 up, he's good. And the Dreadnought's gonna fire into his Vanguard vets with his assault cannon, hitting on 3. Venerable Dread, but he moved heavy, so he's gonna be hitting on 3s. All right, all hits. Strength 6, wounded on 3s. All right, so we've got 2, 4, 5. AP -1, so 3 up save because you're in cover. Oof, failed 3 of them. And then this squad is gonna fire his the heavy bolter into him over there. 3s, because he didn't move. Ooh, all fill faces. Wounding on 3s. Got 2 wounds. AP -1, so +1, 3 ups. Failed 1. This squad here is going to fire into that same Stern Guard squad over there. Yeah, I can remember things. Come on. So the red is going to be the las cannon. The greens are going to be bolters, hitting on 3s. Okay. Wounding on 4s. Okay, 1 wound. 3 up save. He's good. All right, that's it for the shooting phase. So starting off the assault phase now, my Deathwing Knights are going to charge into his Sanguinary Vanguard vets. They're jump pack dudes, you know, whatever. So he's going to fire Overwatch. He's got 2 bolt pistols hitting on 6s. No hits there. So I need an 8-inch charge from them. Can I get it? Yeah, with an 8-inch charge, I'll take that. All right, so that is it for the assault phase. On to the fight phase. My guys are going to activate first, so we're going to go with the guys with the maces first. So we've got 2 attacks each from them, hitting on 3s. Oh, wow, pretty good. Strength times 2, so wounding on 2s. All right, so we've got 5 wounds at AP -2, but he's got his 4-up invul save. So 4 ups. No, failed 3 of them, so that squad is wiped. So we will consolidate, and then that, yeah, well, let's see what we do. All right, so I consolidated into both of them there, both his Sanguinary Guard Ancient and his Librarian, so they will get to attack back. So they're both, basically it turns out the Encarmine Sword and the Force Sword are exactly the same. And they're both hitting on 3s, so we're just gonna roll them at the same time here. Should be good to go. So, hitting on 3s. Alrighty. All right, pretty good. Try to sneak in that extra 6 up there. Toughness 4, yeah. So wounding on 4s. All right, so we got 2 wounds. AP -3. They've got shields there. So we've got 2 3-up invul saves. Make one of them. I'm gonna spend a command point to re-roll that one. Yeah, and I make it. Woo! All right, and that's the end of the fight phase and the end of the Dark Angel's turn here. These guys lost 2, but their leadership is 9, so they can't run away, and the other squad got wiped. So that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 1. We will come back to you after a movement phase for the Blood Angels here on turn 2. All right, movement phase here for the Blood Angels on turn 2. These guys here shuffled around, the Stern Guard shuffled over here. In came his Sanguinary Guard. Got it right that time. Then his other Stern Guard squad kind of moved back over that way. Dante dropped in over there, 9 inches from these guys. And the Sanguinar also dropped in. These guys are all 9 inches away from them. And these guys fell back from combat over there. So that is it for movement for the Blood Angels. We will come back to you with the Psychic phase. All right, so starting off the Psychic phase, his Librarian's going to cast Unleash Rage onto his Sanguinary Guard, giving them +1 attack, and that goes off with a 9. And now he is going to smite into my Deathwing Knights over here, looking for 5. Getting it with 5. D3 mortal wounds. 1 mortal wound. All right, so now onto the shooting phase. His Vindicator is going to start us off by shooting into Azrael, hitting on a 2. That's a hit. Wounding on a 2. What is that? It's a 1. Ooh.
Oh, command point.
Oh, he's gonna spend the command point. Oh, and that's a wound. AP -3, no invul allowed. So looking for a 6. Show me that built face. Oh, I saw it. It wanted it so bad. All right, so D3 wounds. 1 wound. Looking for a 6-up, ignoring it because of my Warlord trait. Oh, and I get it with the fill phase. Woo! All right, so now his Stern Guard squad here is going to fire. The 2 guys with bolters are going to fire into my company veterans. The guy with the combi melta is going to fire into these guys with both profiles. So we're going to go with the bolters into my company veterans. These are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, all hits. Strength 4. Yep, looking for 4s. All right, so that is 2 wounds. It's AP -1, correct? On these guys? Hold on 1 second. It's actually AP -2, so these are going to be 5-ups. Looking for 5s or 6s. And I get 1. And now the guy with the combi melt is going to fire into these guys. So the red is going to be the bolter, and the black is going to be the melt apart. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling because of Dante, right?
Yep. It'll be 4s.
Oh, hitting on 4s. Oh, but that 3 doesn't hit. The 3 on the red point. Doesn't hit. But
Okay,
the,
cool.
yeah, you get to re-roll the black one, though. And that's a hit. So we've got looking for 2s to wound on the black and 4s to wound on the red. All right, so we got the 1 AP -4. So looking for a 3-up invul save. And he's good. All right, now his other Stern Guard squad is going to fire. So 3 guys with bolters are going to fire into my company veteran squad, and then the whatchamacallits, the combi guys are going to be firing, combi meltas are going to be firing into my Deathwing Knights. So here come the bolters into my company vets, hitting on 3s, re-rolling because of Dante. All right. Looking for 4s to wound. All right, so we've got 1 wound. 1 5-up save. No, goes through. And now the combi bolters are going to fire into here. So these are going to be hitting on 4s. Again, blacks are the melta. All right, re-rolling, yep, not the 3, but re-rolling those 2s because of Dante. All right, so that is 2 more misses. So now these are going to be wounding on 4s and 2. Alrighty, so those are all wounds. So I'll do the 2 bolter rounds. So looking for 2 ups. Those are good. And then I've got the 1 3-up invul save. No, failed that one. So that doesn't make it. He's only got the 1 wound left, so he is dead. All right, so now the Sanguinary Guard Ancient's gonna fire at him because he's got a jump pack, so he's got fly, so he can fire even though he fell back. So the Angelus bolt gun, so hitting on 3s, wounding on 4. That's a wound.
-1.
AP -1, so 3-up invul save. He's good. Bolt pistol from the Librarian into him, hitting on 3. That's a hit. Wounding on a 4. That's a wound. 2-up save. He's good. So now the Sanguinary Priest is going to fire into them with his bolt gun. That's a hit. Wounding on a 4. No wound. And now the Sanguinary Guard are going to fire into them. So they've got 6 guys with the Angelus bolt guns. And then we've got 1 guy with a plasma pistol. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. These will be re-rolling because of Dante. There's a 1, 2. Whew. Oh, okay. So the reds are going to be wounding on whatchamacallits, 4s, and then 3s for the black. 3 for the black, I should say. All right, that's what do we got there? We got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 bolt gun shots and 1 plasma shot. All right, so there was 5 wounds there in total. They're all gonna have at least AP -1, and they all do 1 damage. So I'm just gonna roll them all together. So we got 5 3-up invul saves. Make all but 1. I'm gonna spend a command point on that. Oh, worse. Okay, it takes a wound. All right, so that's it for shooting phase. On to the assault phase. His stern guard are gonna charge into my company veterans there. So I'm going to fire Overwatch here, hitting on 6s, not supercharging, obviously. I got 2 hits, wounding on 3s. I got 1 wound.
-2?
-2, AP minus, it's actually a -3, AP -3, so looking for a 6-up. That's not a save, so he, 1 guy is dead. And their charge distance is totally in. And then Dante's gonna charge in. He's got a 9-inch charge, does not make it. All right, so now the Sanguinary Guard is going to charge into these guys over here. So looking for a 9-inch charge. Ooh, they get it. All right, now the Sanguinor is going to charge in here. It's not gonna make it with a 6. He's gonna spend a command point on that. 50-50, can he get a 4? No, and he does, and he's in, that's brutal. All right, so starting off the fight phase here, his Sanguinary Guard are gonna go first. So the red dice are going to be the swords, the Incarmine swords. Black dice are going to be the Incarmine axes, and the white dice are going to be the power fists. They get +1 attack because they're within, because of the Sanguinor, and they get +1 attack because of the power that the Unleash Rage that the Librarian granted on them. So they're going to have 4 attacks each. They're going to be hitting on 3s and 4s. Because of the power fist is going to be hitting on 4s. Everything else is going to be hitting on 3s. They get to reroll everything because they to hit because they are within 6 inches of his warlord, who is the Sanguinor, and then they will get to reroll 1s to wound because they're within 6 inches of the Ancient. So, pretty brutal. So here we go, hitting on 3s and 4s. All right, don't get to reroll that 3, the white one, because that's after you get to reroll all the 2s and 1s here. We'll come back to that. All right, 4 dice get to reroll, looking for 3s and 4. All right, not meant to be on those ones. All right, so the reds are the swords. They're going to be wounding on 4s. The blacks are the axes. They're going to be wounding on 3s. And the whites are the power fists. Those are going to be wounding on 2s. And they get to reroll 1s because of the Ancient. All right, we'll come back to you with the rerolls. All right, so the ones there are all the wounds. These get to reroll. All right, so all but that 1 are now wounds. So that is, these are all going to be AP at least 1. So we've just, but they've got different damages. So we'll figure this out. All right, so we've got 15 wounds. They're all D3 wounds because the Power Fist and all the Incarmine weapons are D3 wounds. And they're all at least AP 1, so they're all going to be looking for 3-ups, either from armor or from the shields. So, here we go. These are 15 of them. So 15 3-up saves. Can I do it? Come on, show me the 3-ups. Oh, we'll come back to you with that. All right, so I failed 4. I'm gonna spend a command point to re-roll one of those. Oh, no. Okay, that's not great. All right, so we've got 4. Let's do this one. The first one is just gonna kill the guy with the 1 wound. And then let's do the next one, D3. Another 1, so then the next one's gonna kill. Oh, he's gonna spend a command point to re-roll that one. Oh, okay, so that's a dead guy. The next one is a dead guy, and then the third one is a dead guy. Wipes the squad. Oh, that one's rough. And in case you were going to yell about him using the reroll for the charge phase and the fight phase, now, as opposed to being sub phases of the same phase, they're actually 2 distinct phases. So you can actually use the command point to reroll during the charge phase and the fight phase. So yeah, pretty brutal. All right, so that is it. So are you going to do consolidating? Because you would have to consolidate closer to those guys, right?
Do I have to?
You don't have to consolidate if you want, but you do have to consolidate closer to the closest enemy model.
Right.
So, so he's going to think about whether he wants to consolidate or not. I mean, I don't think he is, because it's not advisable, I don't think. So, we do have another fight coming, though. All right, so now his Stern Guard are going to attack in there. We've got 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. Oof. All right, wound on 4. That's a wound. 3 up save. No! Failed it. All right, now I'm going to attack back with my 2 attacks, hitting on 3s. 2 hits, wounding on 4s. We got 1 wound. 3 up, and he's good. All right, so that is it for the turn here. At the end, though, we do have 1 morale test, which is going to be my guys over there. They lost 3 guys, so 3 plus 3 is 6, and they are good. So that is it for the Blood Angels turn here on turn 2. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 2. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here. They stood still. They stood still. They stood still. These guys all moved up. They stood still. He stood still because he had to. They stayed in combat, and he stood still, and that is it. So that's all I've got here. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, starting off the shooting phase, he's going to fire his heavy bolter into the Sanguinary Guard there. 3 shots hitting on 3s because he didn't move. All right, wounding on 3s. That is 1 wound, AP -1, so 4 up. Oh, and he's good. All right, my Venerable Dread is going to fire his assault cannon into them, into the Sanguinary Guard. So 6 shots hitting on 3s because he moved. Re-rolling because, but not the 2s. Re-rolling the 1 because of Azrael. Nope. So 3 hits, wounding on 3s. Wounding on, yes, 3s. So that's 3 wounds, AP -1, so 3 ups. And he makes them all. All right, my Interrogator Chaplain's gonna fire into them with his Storm Bolter, hitting on 3s. All right, re-rolling because of Azrael. All right, wounding on 4s. We got 2 wounds, 2 up saves. Ooh, failed 1. Drop Pod's gonna fire his Storm Bolter in there. Hitting on 3s. Hold on a second. Just out of range of Azrael. So wounding on 4s. We got 2 wounds, 2 ups. Ooh, fails 1. And now my company veterans are going to fire into his Sanguinary Guards. We got the 4 Meltaguns and a bolt pistol hitting on 3s. All right, re-rolling because of Azrael. All right, wounding on 2s and 4. All right, so we've got all wounds here. So we've got a 2 up save, and then we got 6 up saves. So let's do the 2 up save first. No, fails that, takes a wound. So the first one, then we've got 4 6 up saves. No, failed them all. So the first one will just kill that 1 guy, and then we do D6 damage for the first. The next one is 2, so that's another dead. D6 damage, dead. Oh, and 1 wound onto the 3rd guy there. All right, now Azrael's gonna fire into them. He's gonna fire the plasma portion, so hitting on a 2. That's a hit. Wounding on a 3. No wound there. And then he's gonna fire his last cannon into the Sanguinary Guard over there. That is not a hit. Sniper duel is going to continue. These guys are going to fire into his Vindicare. So hitting on 5s because he's -2 to hit. Got 2 hits, not getting to reroll because they're out of 6 inches of Azrael now. Wounding on a 4. Got 2 wounds, no mortal wounds, so 2 4-up invols. Fails 1. And now my drop pod's gonna fire into his Stern Guard squad up there. So 4 shots hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. No wounds. Wah, wah. All right, so that is it for the shooting phase. Onto the assault phase. My Interrogator Chaplain is going to assault into his Sanguinary Guard. You know what? Sanguinary Guard and the Sanguinor, because he's probably going to intervene anyway, so I may as well be able to hit him if I so desire. So here comes the Overwatch here. Hitting on 6s. Okay, so we got 2 shots from the bolters hits. Rerolling because of... Sorry, re-rolling. I got 1 more, so that's 3 bolter shots. These are going to be wounding on 4s, right?
Yep.
So one minus AP -1, so looking for a 3-up. He's good. And is that it for the Overwatch there?
Yeah, I don't think that I know he's modeled with a pistol being an
yeah. Okay, so the Sanguinor can't actually shoot back. So here we go, looking for a 9-inch charge. Can he make it? Yeah, he can make it with a 10. Woo! Now Azrael's going to charge in there. Looking for a 12-inch charge. Can he make it? No, he can't. So, that's it for the charge phase, so we'll come back to you with the fight phase. All right, so starting out the fight phase, my Interrogator Chaplain is going to swing into the Sanguinor. So he's got 3 attacks, hitting on 2s, re-rolling because of himself. All right, that's 3 hits with fill faces. That's got to mean something, right? That's got to mean something. Yeah, so, strength +1, his toughness is 4. So looking for 3s to wound. Oh, okay, I'm gonna spend a command point on that. Okay, they got 3 wounds. 2 of them are fill faces. It's gotta mean something, right? So he got 3 3-ups, and he failed 1, so he takes 2 damage. All right, and then I'm gonna activate my company veterans over there with 2 attacks, hitting on 3s. Got 2 hits, wounding on 4s. Got 1 wound, 3-up. He's good. And he's gonna activate these guys first, hitting on 3s. All right, so that's 3 hits, wounding on 4s. Got 1 wound, 3-up save. He's good. All right, so now we're just gonna go with both of those squads attacking into him. So the Sanguinor's gonna be the red ones. He's got 6 attacks. They're hitting on 2s, right? Does he get to reroll?
Sanguinor's only hitting on 2s.
Is hitting on 2s, but not re-rolling.
That's correct.
But the other guys are hitting on 3s and 4 because of the Power Fist, and re-rolling though because they're still within there. So, because they also have the +1 attack now because of the power, and they're still within with the Sanguinor there. So,
3 won't re-roll.
Yeah, the 3 on the white won't re-roll.
These will.
Yes, and there's another 2 in there.
That's the Sanguinor.
Oh, that's the Sanguinor. That's right. I'm sorry. So these do re-roll. All right, so that is 1 miss. All right, pretty brutal. All right, so they're all going to be, no, the whites are wounding on 2s. The reds are wounding on 4s, and then the what's the Sanguinor?
The Sanguinor's wounding on 3s.
Wounding on 3s.
And the swords are wounding on 4s.
Yeah.
The blacks are wounding on 4s.
So blacks are 4s, reds are 3s, whites are 2s. All right, pretty.
Rerolling 1s to wound.
Rerolling 1s to wound. All righty. So that's those 3. The blacks are 3s are misses, right? Or not wounds. All right. All right, so that's what we got. We'll come back to you with the saves. All right, so he's got 12 wounds in there. They're all at least AP 2. So that means they're all going to be going at 4-ups. And they're all doing D3 damage. So we're just going to do them all together here. So it's 12 saves. 12 4-ups. Has he been praying to the Emperor? Did he think about what he was doing when he charged into that monstrous horde of just killers? Let's find out. Looking for 4-ups. Oh, failed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's doesn't matter how many D3s you get. Yeah, he did. All right, so that's it for the fight phase. On to the morale phase. His Sanguinary Guard lost 4 guys, so their leadership is 8. So 4 plus 1, they're good. So that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 2. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Blood Angels here on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Blood Angels. They're moving up, looking to get into my face over here and start to wreck some stuff. So everybody's moving up. Dante advanced up over this way. They moved up over this way. They stayed locked in combat, and his Vindicare stayed still. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the Psychic phase.
And we'll do that.
All right, so Psychic phase, he is going to cast Smite into my Dreadnought over here, so looking for 5. Going off with 6, so D3 wounds. 3 wounds. He's got a 6 up Venerable ignoring wounds. And nope, I don't ignore any of them. And now he's going to cast Unleash Rage onto the Sanguinary Guard, looking for 6 on this. No, does not go off. All right, onto the shooting phase here. His Stern Guard are going to fire into my company veteran. So we're going to go with the reds are the special guns, and the blacks are the non-special bolt, the combi ones. So they're all hitting on 3s, all hits, all wounding on 4s. All right, so we've got 3 wounds, 2 of which are AP -2, so those are 5 ups. Make none of those. And then we've got 3 up for the other one. But that one I do make. All right, his Vindicare is going to fire into Azrael here. Hitting on a 2. That's a hit. Wounding on a 2. Oh, that's a wound. 6 up save. Show me that fill face. I really want to see that fill face. No, it goes through. How many wounds? D-Wah, just the 1 wound. 6 up. Warlord save. No, so he takes a wound. All right, so the Sanguinary Priest and the Librarian are both going to fire their bolt pistols into my company vets. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s. All right, it's got 1 wound. 3 up save. Oh, nope. All right, now his Ancient is going to fire his bolt gun into my company vets. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s. Got 2 wounds, AP -1. So looking for 4 ups. No, failed 1. All right, so now the Sanguinary Guard is going to fire. He's going to fire his plasma pistol into the Dreadnought, which he's going to supercharge, and then he's going to fire the bolt guns into my company veteran. So the white's going to be the pistol. It's hitting on 3s. All right, pretty good. Re-rolling because of the Sanguinary or Dante?
Both of them.
Both of them, something like that. So, all right, so those are all hits. Wounding on... let me find that toughness. All right, so it's strength 8 with the pistol because he supercharged it into my Dreadnought, who's toughness 7. So that's going to be wounding on a 3, and the bolters are going to be wounding on 4s. All right, so we got 1 bolter save at a 4 up. He's good with a full face. And then we've got AP -3, so looking for a 4 up invul save because of Azrael there with the pistol. Ooh, failed it. So it's 2 damage. Looking for 6 up venerable saves or venerable ignorings. No, failed them both. All right, so that is it for the shooting phase. On to the assault phase. The Librarian is going to charge into my company veteran over there. So I'm going to fire Overwatch, looking for a 6. No, don't get it. So he needs a 6-inch charge. Oh, I do get to reroll because of Azrael. Thank you very much, sir. No, oh, I wish it was. So here comes, he needs a 6-inch charge. And he doesn't get it. All right, so now his Sanguinary Guard's going to charge in. Overwatching. Re-rolling because of Azrael. Oh, and he hits! Strength 8, wounding on a 2. That's a wound. AP -4. Does he have an invul save?
No.
No, so that goes through. So D6 wounds. 5 wounds. He did. Wow. All right, so now his Sanguinary Guard are going to charge into Azrael and my Dreadnought. So we're going to start off with Overwatch from the Dreadnought. We're going to go with the Heavy Flamer first. So D6 hits. 1 hit. Making up for that 6, I guess. Wounding on a 3. That's a wound. AP -1, so looking for a 3 up. He's good. And then we've got 6 shots from the Assault Cannon. Hitting on 6s. All right, re-rolling because of Azrael. Nope. So just the 1 hit. Wounding on a 3. That's a wound. 3 up. He's good. And now Azrael's going to Overwatch into him. I'm going to supercharge. So I'm going to fire both of these. So I'm going to fire the red are going to be the plasma. Green are going to be the whatchamacallit, the bolter parts. So these are going to be hitting on 6s. Re-rolling because of himself. All right, so re-rolling because of himself. So that 2 is -1. So that is he is dead, right? Hold on. Yeah. What? Hold on. All right. Yeah, because that was that 2 is a 1. So chalk another 1 up to Phil kills Azrael. But more importantly than Azrael dying, because I can't believe it did that. Anyway, more importantly, they are going to be able to they do hit. So this one's strength 8, so it's gonna be wounding on a 2. This is strength 4, wounding on a 4. All right, so he did get 1 wound at AP -3. So looking for a 6 up.
2 up, so 5 up.
Oh, 5 up,
Yep.
5 up. No, so one of them is dead.
Yeah.
All right, so after that fair trade there of of Azrael for a singular sanguinary guard, he now will charge in. It's yeah, totally in. So 7 inches. And now the Sanguinor is going to charge into the Dreadnought. He is totally in. And then the Sanguinary Guard Ancient's going to charge in, looking for 6 inches. Gets it. All right, after a very dramatic charge phase, we are now going to move into the fight phase. All right, so first up, he's going to activate his Sanguinary Guard. So we've got 1 guy with a sword and 1 guy with a Power Fist left. So the whites are going to be the Power Fist. He didn't get the Fury Unleashed, so he's just got 3 attacks each because of the Sanguinor. So these are going to be hitting on 3s and 4s. Re-rolling because of the Sanguinor. All right. So now these are going to be wounding on toughness, strength 8 on those. So those are going to be wounding on 3s, and these are going to be wounding on 5s. 3s and 5s. All right. Re-rolling 1s because of the Ancient. All right. So we've got 2 Power Fist hits in there. So those are -3, AP -3. So looking for 6 ups. Oh, saw the 1 I wanted to. No, those go through. So now D3 wounds for each of those. So 4 wounds. I need to make 2 of these or he's dead. So looking for 6 up venerable saves. Come on. Show me them fill faces. Show me them fill faces. No, I failed them all. So he is dead. Does he explode though? I'm gonna spend a command point to re-roll that explodes. Oh, come on. You couldn't have given me more drama. That would have been more dramatic and more awesome. Oh, all right. All right, so he doesn't explode, he just is dead. All right. All right, so now he's gonna activate his Plasma Bros. His Plasma Bros. They're my Plasma Bros. He's gonna activate his Stern Guard over there. So hitting on 3s. All right, wounding on 4s. We got 2 wounds, 2 3-up saves, and he makes them both. Woo! All right, so now my company veterans are gonna attack. I know you guys have probably already started yelling at me about the fact that they've got 2 attacks each. And if you haven't, now you're just mad at me because I've been forgetting that they're 2 attacks each. So yeah, they're 2 attacks each. So here come those attacks. We got 4 attacks hitting on 3s. All right, so we got 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. Whoa, where'd that one go? That's 2 wounds. All right, so here goes. This is it. Now they're gonna die. 2 3-ups. No, they're both good. All right. All right, so he did consolidate with the Sanguinor into my Melted Bro there, so he is going to attack back, so he's got 2 attacks. Hitting on 3s. Oh, both hits. Wounding on 4s. Oh man, 1 wound. He's good.
Sanguinary Guard or standing up.
And that is it for the Blood Angel's turn here on turn 3. So we will come back to you after movement phase. I think, oh no, that guy there lost 4 guys, so I gotta take a leadership test on him, right? Was it this turn he lost 4 guys? Yeah, he lost 4 guys this turn, so he's got to take a leadership test. So he's got 4 plus 6 re-rolling because of and they shall know no rules, and 2, he's good. So that is it for the now that's it for the Blood Angel's turn here. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels. These guys stood still. They stood in combat. He fell back from combat over there. These guys moved up except for the heavy bolter, and these guys stood still. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, starting off the shooting phase, this squad here is going to fire into his Sanguinary Guard Ancient over there. So the reds are going to be the heavy bolters, greens are going to be regular bolters. They're going to be hitting on 3s because the heavy bolter guy didn't move. Alrighty. Reds are wounding on 3s, greens are wounding on 4s. Alrighty. So we've got 3 at AP -1 and 2 at full. So he has the 2-up armor as well, I think, right?
Yes. How many at full?
2 at full and 3 at AP -1. So whites are going to be 2-ups, reds are going to be 3-ups. Oh, okay, so 4 wounds. I think he's dead. All right, now my drop pod's going to fire into his Sanguinary Guard there. So we got 4 shots hitting on 3s. All hits, wounding on 4s. 1 wound. 1 2-up. He's good. All right, so my last cannon bro over here is going to fire into his Sanguinary Guard. So we got 1 shot hitting on a 3. Come on. I'm going to spend a command point on that because I really want this. There we go. Okay, that's a hit. All right, so wounding on a 2. That's a wound. AP -3, so 5 up. No, goes through. D6 damage. Come on! Oh! You mock me, dice. You mock me. And now my snipers are going to fire into his Sanguinary Guard. So we got 5 shots hitting on 3s. Oh, not great. Wounding on 4s. 6s do mortal wounds. Or nothing. Or nothing. And then my drop pod's going to fire his Storm Bolter into his Stern Guard there. So 2 shots hitting on 3s. Got 1 hit. Wounding on a 4. That's a wound with a full face. And that's a save. All right, and that is it for the shooting phase. We will come back to you with the 1 fight phase that we got. All right, my company veterans over there are going to attack. 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. All right, all hits. Bunch of fill faces. Wounding on 4s. All right, 2 wounds with 1 fill face. 3 ups. Wow, well done. And then his 4 attacks back. Got 2 hits. Got 1 wound. Got 1 save. Okay. And that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Blood Angels on turn 4. All right, movement phase for the Blood Angels here on turn 4. His Sanguinary Guard moved up here. Moved 9 inches, which is the max you're allowed to move when you're holding the objective, the relic. And then Dante shot up over here. Sanguinor shot up over here. Librarian shot up over there. And these guys moved up over here, and they stood in combat. So that is it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the Psychic phase. All right, Psychic phase, he's going to cast Unleash Fury onto his Sanguinary Guard here. Looking for 6, and that is good. And now he's going to smite into my Meltabro there. Looking for 5. No, he perils! Oh, D3 mortal wounds! 3 mortal wounds! And my Meltabro survives! Starting off the shooting phase, his Vindicare Assassin is going to fire into the squad over here. Just because he can. Hitting on a 2. Wounding on a 2. Alright, so that is ignores AP -3, right? So 6 up saves. Looking for a fill first? No, don't get it. So that is 1 guy just kerplunked. Alright, the special bolt guns are going to fire into here. So we got 3 shots hitting on 3s. 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. Alright, it's got 1 wound. AP -2. So +1 because of cover. So looking for a 4 up. No, failed. Womp womp. He's going to fire his bolt pistol into him. Hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Wounding on a 4. That's a wound. In cover, so 2 up save. He's good. So these guys are going to fire their bolt guns into the scouts. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling because of Dante over there. Wounding on 4s. Alright, got 2 wounds. AP -1, right?
Yes.
So +2, so there's going to be 3 up saves. Failed 1.
The 2 up.
And now Dante is going to fire into them. 2 up. No, doesn't hit. Alright, assault phase. We're going to start out over here with the Librarian charging into my Meltabro. Can he kill 2 characters with Overwatch? Let's see. Looking for a fill first. Oh, but I'm going to spend a command point. Of course I am going to spend a command point to get this in here. Looking for a fill face again. No, the opposite, as if to rub it in. And his charge distance is totally in. Now the Sanguinor is going to charge into this squad over here. I've got 9 bolter shots and 3 heavy bolter shots, hitting on 6s. I got 1, wounding on 4. That's a wound. 2 up, he's good. And his charge distance is good. And now Dante is going to charge into my scouts. So they're going to fire Overwatch, looking for 6s. I got 1. Wounding on a 4. No wound. His charge distance is going to be in. And then the other Sanguinary Guard are going to charge in. That's going to be in. All right, so now his Librarian's going to attack in here. He's got 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. Oh, man. Wounding on a 4. No, it's a wound. AP minus 3. Can I get a 6-up fill face? Show me that fill first. No, but I'm going to spend a command point looking for the fill face. Oh, come on. I wanted it so bad. I wanted him to survive and kill the character. Oh, the fill faces are just done for the day, I think. So, yeah, he did. All right, so now the Sanguinor is going to attack in here. 6 attacks, hitting on 2s. All right, those are all hits. Strength,
on 3s.
hitting, wounded on 3s. So that is 5 wounds. 5. What is it? AP minus 4. AP minus 4. So that's just 5 dead. Womp womp. And now Dante's going to attack in because he's really bored. He hasn't done anything this whole game so far. So here come his 6 attacks, hitting on 2s. All right, all hits. Wounding on 3s, I imagine. Yep, wounding on 3s. So we've got 3 wounds, AP minus 3. So 3, those go through because they are, they've got scouts. So that is 3 dead. All right, so now the Sanguinary Guard are going to attack. They're out of range of the Sanguinor, so they don't get +1 from that, but they did get the +1 attack because of the Wrath of Unleash the Wrath or whatever it is. Anyway, 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. Or actually, which ones are the Power Fists?
We'll say
hold on.
Is the power.
All right, the reds were actually Power Fists, so that is the 1 reroll because of Dante. All right, so that's all hits. Wounding on 2s on the reds and 4s on the black. All right, so they are just dead. And now these guys are going to activate here. So 4 attacks hitting on 3s. All right, 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. Got 1 wound. 3-up save. He's good. And now these guys are going to activate. So we got 4 attacks coming back, hitting on 3s. All right, wounded on 4s. 1 wound. And he's good. And now my sergeant over here is going to attack. 3 attacks, 2 base +1 for the chainsword, hitting on 3s. All right, wounding on 4s. No, nothing there. All right, so that is it for the fight phase. We do have, I think 2 morale phases? 2 morale tests we got to take. So this guy over here lost 5 guys. So 5 plus 5, rerolling because then they shall know no rules. And 4 is 9, so yeah, he runs away. You know, it being the better side of valor there. And then I think these guys lost 2, but they've got their sergeant there, so they are good to go. And that is it for the Blood Angel's turn here. And at this point, that is going to be game, because I've got nobody over here who can come and grab the relic. So that is a Blood Angel's victory. That game, ladies and gentlemen, was hilarious. Between Azrael blowing himself up for like the umpteenth time on me, and the fact that I had that Melta bro that just like took out the Sanguinary Priest with the snapshot to the face with the Melta. Yeah, that was hilarious. And also the Nerf battle that we had going on back here where no one could do anything. Yeah, so I had a blast. That was so much fun. I thought it was cool. I like to imagine that when the knights were holding the relic, that the Nightmaster just like beat the Pickcaster with his flail of the Unforgiven. So they don't get the information, but they do get the body of their fallen comrade there. So I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I certainly have. I have been Phil, the Glacial Geek, as always. My opponent's been Marcus, and until next time, have fun.